Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you, and I'm going to get right into it. It is the 16th of June, which is all about the Tower, and let me tell you, the Tower came up at least 3 times in the read, if not all 4 decks that have the Tower. The day adds up to the number 34, which is a 7, but it's also the 8 of Wands. So it's very much about the 7 of the calm before the storm, but also the 8 of Wands, which is the heat of the moment. And we have the Tower igniting it all. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens today. Some crazy stuff may come up. There could be some arguments, some heated exchanges. There could be some jealousy coming up, as well as some passionate exchanges. I'm going to get right into the read. I also haven't done sand art in a while, so I did sand art. So I have a read. I'll do that at the end, so you can skip to the end if you want to hear the sand art read. And here we go. So something before I started the read was to clear the residue. And I went out and took some sun pics. I got that rainbow again today, which it's weird because I got it yesterday and today, but I've never gotten that reflection of a rainbow, just on, one stream of a rainbow sticking out of the sun before. Not a thick one like that anyway. And then I my one white butterfly that always visits me in the morning was playing games with me. Every time I went to take a pic, they would run away from me, but I finally did get my butterfly today. But I just sat outside for a little bit this morning, just sitting in the sun and feeling the energies. And then at 9:32, I got All You Need Is Love. I saw a cardinal out back this morning as well. And when I took the picture of the basic read, it came out fuzzy, so fuzzy or blurry, and then I was getting that it's all a blur, so that's referencing the energy for today. Also the 4 of Pentacles I kept seeing, and it did come out in the clarifiers today. I don't think it was one of the main cards though. But I was getting, not only in one of my decks is the 4 of Pentacles, like the Scrooge, because he's got this face, but I was also getting the poker face coming up. It's all a blur. Also the Dolphin came up. And when I was looking at the Page of Cups, it was making me feel nervous. And the Page of Cups was coming up reversed, so the masculine within his innocent child may be feeling a little bit nervous, maybe feeling rejected. Yeah, so I'm going to get right into it. The read for the masculine was done at 10:06. And the major arcana for the Divine Masculine were just the Strength card at the end. The Shadow also came up after that, in the after the read card. And that was it for the major arcana. So it's mostly in the masculine's hands today. The court cards were the Page of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, and after the read was the Knight of Swords. So I got 2 cards after the read today, but only 1 before the read. There were 3 swords, 4 cups, and 3 wands. There were no pentacles in the read today. And the numbers in the coding were all about environment, compassion, and karmic completion. These aren't the only 3 cards that came up in the numerology deck, but they're the ones that came out on my code line. So I wanted to tell you because completion came out twice. We have karmic completion and completion. And karmic completion is like a gray, silvery color, but then all the other cards were purple and green, a lot of purple, so third eye and heart based. And the message here and numbers were all about, in regards to environment, compassion, and karmic completion, the numbers were 31, which is the 5 of Wands, 18, which is the moon, the full moon energies now, 49 was the code line, and that is the 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. Triple 8s and 2 1s, so 11 and 888. 11, of course, is Justice, and then 1 2 3, 1 2 3 jump. All right, so 1 2 3 came up. 12 is the Hangman or Wisdom. 23 of the King of Wands. 38 of the Queen of Cups, and then 343 also came up. The message was all about. It was all about this full moon energy and the expansion of the night of the full moon, of emotions of your heart at the height of these emotions in your environment and having compassion in a karmic completion. So there's going to be a lot going on here. So you're being called to not get triggered, to really stay grounded, to stay in your heart and your third eye. I was also getting Empress or Gaia, acing the good night, and acing walking away and within to your heart. Okay, making it a good night. Don't allow yourself to get triggered. The Empress Magician of night 1, walking away and within to their heart. All right, the good night, and also the knight or the good magician walks away and goes within for environment, compassion, and karmic completion. Earth Mother Magic as a human, its source energy contained in the human body. It's like a fad test of the human. Okay, are you going to go with the fad, or are you going to stick to your truth and who you really are, your authenticity? Ace, walking away to the heart at the height of emotions. So the read started out with the truth, the Ace of Orbs, and Trinity, which is the 3 of crystals, like this, in the Sirian Starseed deck. So there we have the dolphin, and then here's the Trinity. I wanted to say Twinity, so there may be some, is it Daffy Duck? Porky Pig? So some cartoon stuff may be coming up here. But the 3 of crystals and the Ace of Orbs. So the truth at the place of work or place of creativity or coming together with others. The truth of Lemurian family, lost long ago. And Gilligan's Island was definitely coming up here. The Knight of Pentacles, working on negative self-talk and deception. The truth of dysfunctional family history. Excuse me, I'm still getting over my cold. The truth of dysfunctional family history, either wanting to work with dolphins or the death of your dolphin lineage. The number 131 came up, which was interesting because I was getting the other night 818, 919, and then 313, but today was 131. And also in the numbers that came up today was 311, so 311, like that emergent communication. Because 3 is about communicating, it's about expressing yourself authentically, but don't forget that. So the truth of dysfunctional family or loss of money at workplace or creative venture set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. And then I couldn't get comfortable. And that may be what's going on with the masculine. And then I was sweating and stuffy, so maybe stuck in a stuffy place. Ships of packed people like sardines throwing up. Never went to work with family again. So this is a lineage wound that needs to come up and be cleared. So think about it. In the past, if you had sailed in a ship with family or people you felt to you that were like family, but everyone was sick and throwing up and you had to live in that environment for many months, can you imagine how you'd never want to be associated with them again? And so that's a huge wound, because you can imagine how awful every day, every moment of your life, you cannot escape the smell of vomit, okay, and poop, whatever's on the ship, okay? So that must be like hell, literally. So never going to work again with family, so that might be a wound for the masculine, but also working with mental illness in family. And instead of light language, dark language. And the only number missing that was missing in the read, or from other numbers that came up, was the number 9. So that's the compassion that's coming up, and the ending, the universal selflessness, allowing the endings to happen. I turned the page as 1021, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and 31 again, which is the 5 of Wands, expansion, conflict, competition. But that dark language, speaking in tongues, is another wound that needs to come up to clear for the masculine. Crystals and covens of 3, and gypsies set sail at sea, and that might have to do with the gypsies, tramps, and thieves, and the liar, cheater, thief card, and the way like the traveling salesman or the gypsy is seen, okay, as untrustworthy, but also having to do with this ship and this environment where everyone was sick all the time. A really, really awful experience. Also getting some mental illness of So there may be, dark language may be associated, or speaking in tongues, with mental illness in the past family lineage. Autism, bipolar, evil gossip, rumors, a need to clear immature words, being mean, being woken from deep sleep too early. All right, so this is another wound. Unnatural waking from hibernation. In other words, alarm clocks, all right? So this sets us off. You must awake early, rise and shine to fulfill your purpose, is what I got. You're not worthy unless you do, and I was just having trouble getting it out there. So up before sunrise, unnaturally to you, makes for grumpy words, right? So if you have to get up before the sun, this is not natural for the human, okay? The Queen of Pentacles, saving space, and a gold coin for the Divine Masculine, mixing his drink with blender to shake things up a bit. So here we go with the vomiting again. There may be a wound there about shakes and mixing, all right? Because it may make them feel nauseous. It may make the feminine feel nauseous. So this is for the Divine Masculine, but it's for the masculine within the feminine as well. Divine Kundalini protection of Metatron over your connection. Feeling shame and guilt about being hardworking, a workhorse or a slave, doing something for nothing. Or now the Knight of Pentacles wants to offer gold coin to the Queen of Pentacles, divine connection, and a green dress, and a little stability perhaps, and fending off all others, standing his ground, no longer doing all the work for the family, not savior, being used. Dark Horse puts on the brakes to end shameful suffering. Suffragette City came up. Two can play at this game, taking the high ground, magenta in tow, crossbow and 6 arrows, all for show, not planning on using them. May put up an electric fence at a horse ranch, but not wanting to hurt the horses. Put up an energetic shield instead, keeping them safe, but allowing them to run free. The hills are alive with the sound of music. So that came up as well. Clearing the weeds, riding a horse, all good for letting go of guilt and frustrations. Rising above a gypsy past or den of thieves, standing up to harsh energies and negative family members, untrustworthy, to move forward on the straight and narrow, the high road, and 2 gold coins. No more sneakiness or sticky fingers. So sticky fingers may be a wound as well. So if you don't like sticky fingers, it may have been because people were untrustworthy in your life, and that means that there's someone sticky in your midst. Or feeling shame or guilt, and Spirit's connecting with me, feeling shame or guilt for lineage you couldn't help but be in. The Divine Masculine standing in his truth, especially at work, wondering or daydreaming the worth of a Divine Masculine, and reaping rewards. The Queen of Wands at home with a black cat. A long line of hanging nature. Staying at home with untrustworthy lover, not knowing what he's up to, possibly holding back passion or running around so much busy, just drops dead at the last minute. So that can not only be what's going on for the masculine, just doing too much and dropping dead at the end of the day. Someone may have literally dropped dead on the karmic before in their lineage. So this is a big wound for them. Or she is waving goodbye, not wanting to leave, or a child not wanting to leave home, or out and about untrustworthy, up to no good. Divine Masculine could be offering love to the Queen of Wands by doing too much in physical activities, her errand boy, and needing to stand up for himself. Maybe offers her things for the house, or she's refusing to move from her home. As I turn the page, it's 1101, Justice for the Magician. So she may be refusing to leave a home, or until she gets what she wants. Soulmate came up, and underneath that for the masculine was this could be the one. The karmic may be obstinate, holding on to what she's got, refusing to wake. Lady of luxury, ladies who lunch. While the King of Pentacles superhero at work with hands-off policy, but didn't plan for what he now watches at home with kids, seeing the whip crack, no longer pretending the world outside their house doesn't exist. Sex on the swings, sex room perhaps, and tackling the beast, the boar, Leo yanking on fangs with big palms and big feet, suffocating him so he can't breathe a word. Or someone snores and the other is ready to suffocate them, to shut them up so they can sleep, waking them up from their hibernation. 2 as 1, 2 flames always present. Kids watching about whips and pulling hair and wondering what this world is coming to. Fishing at the beach, 4 feet in a crop circle on the beach. Torches in the sand. Multiple women, multiple personalities, and the family vacation at the beach to satisfy one of them. And that can be one of the personalities. Or just possibly thinking of moving home and business to the beach or Florida to speak truth and help people. Personal growth came up for the masculine, which is number 7 of the Chariot. And underneath that was self-discipline of 41, the Ace of Cups. So self-disciplining yourself about self-love. The sun and the full moon, an eclipse season here soon. Kids at play in the yard and beach. Christmas in July, sharing treasures, trinkets. Muppets Christmas Carol with Scrooge. Sunrise, sunset, swiftly go the years. Kids grow and no longer want to hang out with dad. Or sweet little girl is now so bad. Or not so bad and just uninspired with tantrums or medical issues, making it hard for the masculine to work. At night, peace and sharing with twin. During the day, not getting along at work or workers acting like children. Or lupus might be coming up too, or Leo specifically. Okay, so lupus may be an issue for someone. A cancer person is okay, or a child with cancer receiving radiation and not working, or must stop working to take care of a child, or laser therapy, heat, chemo, or radiation, or just trying to balance too much. Saturn in Aquarius is not a positive placement. There's a fall, end of a game, when pressure releases, the dam breaks, and the bow breaks, and baby will fall, okay? And down will come baby, cradle and all. So that's coming up for somebody. But it says the game, there's a fall happening, the end of the game, when the pressure releases, the dam breaks, and the water, or the emotions, all rush in. So this doesn't have to be literal, it can be figurative. No more metal work, lathe, clamping down, tightening the screws, or a child fighting going to the dentist, or divine masculine trying to balance but totally uninspired without his divine feminine, day and night, the truth of his love. As we turn the page, it's 1136. 11 is the Justice, and 36 is the 10 of Wands, ending the burden, right? Carrying too much weight, the weight of the world upon your shoulders. The underlying signs were Cancer upright and reversed, Leo upright, Gemini upright, or Aries or Virgo upright, Sagittarius reversed, and Libra reversed. So, as I finish there, the masculine uninspired without his divine feminine day and night, the truth of his love, or the truth is out at work. The divine masculine must stand his ground with 2 kids, Page of Wands reversed and Knight of Wands reversed, or 1 child with dad and 1 with mom, and kids unhappy and acting out, or had to separate them because they have been acting out, or keeping 1 at work and 1 at home. Standing up to others regarding soulmate and being strong for personal growth, especially with kids and people at work who act like brats. Recently for the masculine is the Ace of Cups. Feeling like a failure, unable to carry all the weight anymore, purging, overwhelmed, demanding, commanding, possibly harsh words, abusive even, or holding their tongue or putting a stop to an announcement. Holding back the truth and new love at work, and holding back passions at home, standing ground with difficult kids. All right, and this is the recent past. So the foundation for the masculine is the Page of Cups reversed, in deep connection amidst injustice, a court case, or divorcing, grieving, unable to let go. And the King of Cups reversed, emotionally detached, making kids feel rejected, or rejecting his own inner child, the innocent, loving, sweet part of himself. Centrally for the masculine is that, well, this was the foundation card, okay, the Seeker of Chalices, or the Page of Cups. And then the central card, the energy of the read, is the 2 flames, the twin flames. This also can be choosing a path, the 2 of Wands. Centrally, the energies were Pisces upright, Leo upright, Taurus, Sagittarius reversed, Capricorn reversed. Taurus is probably reversed. So centrally, the two flames, the High Priestess, the King of Swords, and the Page of Cups reversed. His secret rejection, or secret shyness, or troubled child, or being strong, juggling all of it, or Leo or ego is the cause of it, or Leo miscarried, doing too much, or Leo juggling partners with Page of Cups reversed is not his child, or his mother is too demanding, possibly pushing Leo to take over on his behalf. Maybe discussions behind his back, or Viking Leo princess with attorney regarding custody with mother's help. Divine masculine standing up for his connection, divine feminine, or the twin flames. Divine masculine standing up for his connection, the twin flames, and expressing his feelings or choosing path of heated exchange. After magnetizing some money, time, and energy, the gold coin, playing ball, or actual sports activities to release full moon energies. And now when I said the Empress came up, could be a mother or the karmic, but there's a karmic Leo who could be juggling, and that could be between a Leo and a Capricorn. So there could be someone, it could be where this Empress is juggling a Leo and a Capricorn, or pinning them against each other, which it could be a mother and two sons as well. Detoxing and choosing the right path suddenly, or suddenly breaking out into temper tantrums, chaos and people talking about the devil and two women, or at the height of chaos, destiny comes in. Prisoner now without options, the Queen of Cups reversed, must go to detox if they want a new life. They are out of options for manipulative woman, or maybe just crying all the time, with anxiety, or a child with emotional problems. So they may be committing someone or putting someone in rehab. The challenge being walking away, Empress juggling, performing, playing Leo and Capricorn against each other, or literally juggling two men. Aries, Leo, Taurus, and Empress came up here. Purging, stressed, crying up at night in a split, or trying to gain clarity, or professing or processing one big lie, and being impatient of the Queen of Wands, Wounded Warrior, and King of Cups. So the impatience could be all three of them. That could just be two people, one of them the Wounded Warrior. But the Queen of Wands, I believe, is upright, and the King of Cups is actually reversed. But the Wounded Warrior is coming up to next to the Queen of Wands, so she may feel justified, even though she's upright, but still may not be doing everything, perfectly in a nice way. The King of Cups, though, was coming up reversed in the beginning of the read. But impatience is coming up here and trying to process a lie, or get clarity, or just dealing with a split. But definitely could be purging, stressed, crying up night, and this could be the masculine or this Empress. As I turn the page, it's 12:10, which was interesting because yesterday I recorded that time at the top of the page as well, 12:10. So 12 is the Hangman and wisdom, and 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's about like, hanging still for good fortune as we turn the page. And the energies that are coming up here now are Libra, Capricorn, and Scorpio. So grounding and integrating, detox, Capricorn protecting themselves from a Queen of Cups, or protecting the Queen of Cups from the Wounded Warrior, Queen of Wands, Sagittarius. All right, and this is the challenge card of the Eight of Chalices, or the Eight of Cups, walking away or going within. Somebody could be going to the beach to have some time to themselves as well. But now crowning is the Eight of Flames, or the Eight of Wands, okay, which is all about expressing feelings in a fight or sports. Girls or ladies coming together to show off and spend money. There's a spending addiction for sure coming up here. Powerlessness and lack of independence. Like a child dying to express themselves, but trapped in anxiety of rejection due to a mother who was overprotective. The Queen of Cups reversed, obsessed, and babying kids, and divine masculine, so they could be treating everyone like babies, or divine masculine destined to express his obsession, to recover financially and offer love to his dreams in order to get his wish. The one and only, but he's in debt and giving up, due to the Queen of Wands is an energy vampire, stealing the energy he gets from the Divine Feminine, and Queen of Wands with a bad temper, forcing his hand, exposing sealed Divine Feminine passion. And this Queen of Wands may be saying that the feminine is on a quest to break them up, or break up a marriage. But this is also coming up narcissistic marriage. I mean, it's the Tarot of Sexual Magic Hierophant. It's not a good energy at all. Or it's exposed that the Queen of Wands was stealing, impatient, and playing victim card. Now Leo Taurus, completion of cycle, exposing narcissism or controlling Leo, old man or religious or other kind of leader. So this could be a man as well. Soon coming up is the Eight of Orbs, which very much can be that prison of anxiety, or literally imprisoned, or hiding. So imprisoned or anxiety of new passion offered to the King of Cups that knocks him over. And maybe in a good way, but he may be overwhelmed and not know how to handle it. Pisces reversed, Aries upright and reversed comes up here, as well as Aquarius. Excited to awaken, or there's an exciting new idea he has at work. Aligning and getting all his ducks in a row, defenseless to his own impatience, but no longer caring what other people think. The Emperor makes an announcement at work, possibly that he's leaving. He sees himself as the King of Cups, emotionally focused, not expressing his feelings as Emperor, in a downturn or slowdown in order to see more clearly. So this may be divine timing, slowing down the wheel on purpose so you can see in slow motion and really take it in. And then I was getting, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Okay, so that came up, as well as I can see all obstacles in my way. Aries upright, Libra reversed in the way he sees himself. And there's some connection there at 12:30 with I can see clearly now, the rain is gone, I can see all obstacles in my way. Not quite finished a cycle with the Empress reversed, and this was like a long line of cards that came out about the Empress, and they were all reversed. Empress reversed with troubled past of chaos or in detox now, in the aftermath of leaving work or business closing, or going to rehab to prevent business from closing or losing a job, to show high vibration only, to end the war to the death. All right, so there's been a fight to the death, or so choices are to end the war in the fight to the death or fall to their death. That's their only choice, because obviously they have some kind of addictions that are just so out of hand that the family can't live with it anymore. So pretending to be good is foolish, and this could be a mother too, who's losing her mind, just because of age too. Okay, so pretending to be good and pretending like everything's fine is foolish, and the masculine's seeing this, whether in himself or seeing it right in his face because it's happening to a family member. It is a lack of faith in pretending, and you will fall eventually. Around the divine masculine, or how he is seen, is the King of Wands, which he saw himself this way yesterday, but today he's seeing himself as the King of Cups, and this is how other people are now seeing him, right? This can be the player or the Don Juan, right? But it also can be the person who just keeps really busy to avoid his problems. But he has a new passion to save and ground, and to let go of unhappiness with family and all that does not serve him, letting go of that player mentality. So I want to go back to the Empress here, that was actually all around the card of what the masculine sees as himself, the King of Cups. So he was coming up as the Emperor upright, but off to the side then came up all these slew of cards about this Empress reversed. I want to tell you the cards because it was very, very all negative. The Empress herself was reversed. The Devil was reversed on her, as well as the Devil, the Tower, the Death card, and the Three of Pentacles, all reversed, and they all have black in them. Okay? So Capricorn reversed, Scorpio reversed, Aries reversed, and Taurus reversed, because also the Fool was reversed in this line of cards. Her world falling apart, nothing is right. And this is, literally they say in psychology, The only way you can have a breakdown is if every part of your world is bad. If there's even one part of your world that's good, people don't usually have a breakdown. But I'm getting this now because this may be someone who's having a breakdown. The Queen of Swords talks about receiving, allowing love from a King of Pentacles who has betrayal issues with the King of Wands, who stole from the Queen of Swords, or that he ran and it's still weighing heavily on his head. Or left kidney to right hip pain is returning again for the King of Wands, and he's going to the King of Pentacles to help him with that. But the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles could be brothers or partners, and there's definitely a feud going on there, and this could be brothers where the parents have always kind of pinned them against each other, or it could literally be the karmic with two guys and making the Divine Masculine jealous so that he'll treat her better. Maybe this is their game where they flirt with other people to make each other jealous, to go back and forth, and they may have broken up many times doing this kind of thing. But the masculine seems to be ending his persona as the player, or as being the man, always getting things done and being there for everyone, right? As we turn the page, it's 1240. 12 is the Hangman and wisdom, and 40 is that Page of Cups of innocent love. And as I said, the King of Wands may need help from the King of Pentacles or vice versa, but there's a wedge between them. The Divine Masculine needs to clear blocks around the Queen of Swords, the woman in mourning, expecting backlash or revenge to come upon him. All right, so he may be worried whether it's a karmic around him or the Divine Feminine, that, you know, if there's the scorned woman, how usually what he's experienced is they really come after him, right? So his karmic may be like that. Environment and compassion and karmic completion, like I said, came up for the masculine, but even more so, nature, pride, and completion, total completion for everything, not just karmic completion. So allow things to happen naturally. Live your life by the way nature's cycle go, you know, because hibernation was coming up as far as the sun and the moon, and we're supposed to be sleeping at night and getting up with the sun. To let go of pride, ego, Leo, all those energies, and allow the whole cycle to complete was coming up here. Sudden big love through work, exposing the eye of the tiger. Sudden fight between Leo and Taurus, with Pisces, Sag, Scorpio, major Scorpio. We have like 3 towers all in one spot at the end here. And Capricorn, Virgo sheds light on narcissistic behavior. So the last 3 cards here is the last card to read, plus 2 more, is the Strength card, the Devil, and then the Knight of Swords, and I'll show them all to you. But they came up like this. So this, for me, is more Sag than Leo because it's the Tiger for the Strength card, but it is the Strength card. And then we have the Shadow, which is very shadow, spidery, a web of lies. And then we have the Adept of Orbs, which for me is often about sending 5D messages, because it's got that bubble there. So this is the end of the read there. So, sudden big love through work, exposing the eye of the tiger. Sudden fight between Leo and Taurus, and Pisces, Sag, Scorpio major, with Capricorn, Virgo shedding light on narcissistic behavior. A sudden new love or child running around naked. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Scorpio starved and chomping at the bit, or children, this could be starved for affection or sex, and chomping at the bit, or children suddenly free from school, or Divine Masculine suddenly free from work or his job. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, all exposed. Possible jealous fight over new love or child. Taurus and Leo going after Scorpio at work. Capricorn, Virgo on top of it, announcing messages of truth and 5D announcements about the inability to find peace in loss of hope and depression. Healing, forgiving, and walking away and within from marriage, commitment, religion, establishment, with an offer of a little love to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or Taurus, Aquarius, in great need to ground, now in the present moment on top of the mountain. And that could be the masculine. Aquarius may be in need of an opportunity and not happy at all, or being, they could be dumping all their emotions on other people, they could be drinking too much, throwing up too much, or being judgmental or telling others off or what to do, and really needing to heed the call. Okay, this Aquarius energy wasn't good, and that can be that Queen of Pentacles reversed, which also can be the Empress, that Taurus energy reversed. So, and the masculine coming up on top and able getting this person either committed. So it could just be it could be as simple as someone who's got depression issues, but at worst can be major addiction issues, or or a parent who needs to be committed to an Alzheimer's facility or whatever it may be. Okay. So the truth at work of new love of the King of Cups, and actually when I said the children running around naked, with my mother with her Alzheimer's, she had no problem being naked anyway when she didn't have Alzheimer's. So she ran outside in the middle of the winter with no shoes on. So she would have taken all her clothes off and run around, no problem. So that might be the case for someone. The truth at work of new love of the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, new love, twin flame, challenged by walking away with anxiety of the Queen of Swords in a heated exchange, of the Tiger's Eye, very hangry, with shadow of truth hanging over his head. There may be truth at work of a new love frustration, cracking heart open to the twin flame and expressing passions, arrows of love, heated exchange. The King of Cups anxious but strong. And remember, anxious can just be excited. Anxious but strong, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, Libra, Scorpio, Virgo, or Leo, passionately riding in to Queen of Swords on a mission to deliver a bit of the shadow, which can be his devilish side, as well as the messenger of truth, a few words. So that can be a positive or a negative. It depends on how it shows up, or it depends on your situation. Now I have the sand dart, but I'm going to tell you first the position of all of the court cards so you have an idea. It's 36, 56. 36 is the 10 of Wands, and then the 56 is the 2 of Swords. So being your knowing about needing to drop the burdens, drop the weight of the world upon your shoulders. The Emperor was upright, the Empress reversed. There's major issues with this Empress in this read. All right, she's like either having a breakdown or needs to be committed, or somebody's going to rehab for some kind of addiction. And there could be a child who has issues too that may need to be committed. And I'm sorry if that's you who's dealing with that situation. I'm sure that can't be easy. So the kings here were all upright except for the King of Cups, but he may have turned upright later in the read. And even if he was reversed, it was just about being emotionally detached. I wasn't getting really truly negative energy about that. So the kings are all good today. The queens are half and half. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups were reversed. And they can both be talking about this Empress who's having issues, but they could also be other people. Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands were both upright. The Knights were all reversed today except for the Knight of Cups. So the Knight who's giving love today is good, but all the rest who are trying to be players, right, or kids who are up to no good, or were up to no good last night on Saturday night, are really paying for it today. The pages were all reversed except for the the Page of Wands was upright and reversed. The underlying energy, the Page of Wands was reversed, but in the read, the Page of Wands was the only page upright. Knight of Cups, only Knight upright. Okay? So those are the court cards. So it's mixed. The men were definitely better today. Women not so good, right? Especially this Empress was not good at all. And the kids were mixed, and they may just be paying for whatever they did last night. So my sand dart, I wanted to tell you. I haven't done that in a long time, but here we go. From my sand dart read. When the whale opens its mouth, everything comes in, right? They don't have to do a thing. They allow everything to come right in, right? They're so big that they open their mouth and everything goes in. Bottom feeders, babies feeding, strange connections, all discarded, including poop. Someone got their hooks in you. And then I was getting the song, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped and tied. Okay, so that came up. Or pulling the mouth open to get more in. So someone who can't get enough of something, or food, or stuffing their face. A goodie bag. like someone always trying to get something from the goodie bag, taking too much, or going to the dentist. Covens also came up, and the cauldron, and that the coven is actually 13, and usually a coven is within a 3-mile radius. They keep separate from each other, but the cauldron was coming up. Double, double, toil and trouble came up from, I'm trying to think of what movie that was, you know, the devil movie, Rosemary's Baby. Or birthing naturally, reaching in to get it out, picking or drawing a number or paper from a bag, or sticking hand where it doesn't belong and it's getting burned. Also, or bacteria gets in, a strange one-sided volcanic eruption. So someone may have had a volcanic eruption, but it was really strange because it only shot out of one side but nowhere else. Or actually, it's reminding me of the rainbow coming out from the sun just in one place. Or a nosedive, or a hang glide, or a bulldoze, or a stockpiling, or sandblasting, or long arm of the crooked law, baby duck found at river's edge, or old person with face in their food found dead. New pass through in a mountain, 2 kids tucked into bed and with ducky blanket, or camping, or sleeping bags at home, or hide and seek. And then I was just getting, y'all come back now, you hear? Okay, I don't know why that came up at the end, but it did. So let me know if that resonates with you. Y'all come back now, you hear? So somebody might have been sleeping at grandma's, right, who may be Southern. And the kids may have been camping out there, like in sleeping bags, that kind of thing, or at a camp out with a family. All right, so that was the sand. I think that's it. I did want to pull as 4,200. That's the 2 cups. I pulled some cards, extra cards before the read, and the Queen of Wands came up upright, but with all this negative energy around her. So I'm going to pull again to see what comes up. The Empress could be the Queen of Wands as well. But the Queen of Wands part of her is coming upright in the read. The Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles were coming up reversed. That can be the Taurus part of her. So there's been a Leo Taurus that's definitely come up before. So could be somebody's mother, like I said, though. Could be a mother, mother-in-law, grandmother. Okay, let's see what comes up. I'm pulling from the Good Tarot just to see what comes up. My crazy hair. Must be some Leo energy out there because I definitely have my mane today. Alright, so this is the Good Tarot. And it is June 16, 616, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Mother, Father, Empress, Sophia. What is it we need to know? Patience is definitely coming up here. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. The 4 of Wands just came up. Or the 4 of Water, excuse me. So the 4 of Wands is the Union card, but the 4 of Water is the 4 of Cups, which is the mastering, the grounding and integrating. Let's see what else came up. The 5 of Earth reversed, which is good. So the 5 of Earth is like the Pentacles card. So that's like recovering from being left out in the cold, or destitution, recovering from that. Mastering, grounding, and integrating. And I kind of want to look into these because these cards are different, so the meaning may be different. We also have the 4 of Earth. All right, and that came up from the read today, very much so. So it's very much about grounding and saving and being practical, very practical energy. And I'm not getting about holding on too tight or anything because that specific card for me didn't come up. This was more about just being practical and save, being in moderation. And now 3 more cards came out. The bottom of this deck comes out the High Priestess reversed. So either the secret came out or someone is not using their intuition. or they're just maybe someone who's unaware or ignorant of some information, or maybe behaving just ignorant. Okay, that's the two of the High Priestess reversed. Then these three cards came out. We have the Page of Earth, which is like the Page of Pentacles, the World, and the Page of Water, all upright. Water is cups. So Page of Cups, Page of Earth, so the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups in the World. And this can be very much representative of the twins in their world. But it also can be about children and completing a cycle with children. Okay, especially since the school year is out. Someone might have graduated. Somebody might be going on a trip around the world. I'm just getting now too, I could never have imagined what a long, strange trip it's been. And literally a masculine planning to go around the world with his divine feminine, for sure. They're so cute in this picture. He's like a dragonfly with reindeer antlers. And he's got a ruby in his wand, his tool, whatever it is. It looks like a shower head. It looks like a golf club with a shower head on it. That could be a boy's tool for sure. Look at this. I also see another little tool. It kind of looks like an ankh with a long handle on it, but it was reminding me of the human embodiment, like the O. I'm going to show it to you. He's very interesting. Right, and then the little girl. So it's great. They're coming up 2 pages, but one's coming up as a little boy and one's coming up as a little girl. The little princess, the Page of Water. They're so cute. So definitely their world coming to a completion. And we had 2 completion cards in the read today. And we went from 4200 to 47, which is 4717. And 47 is that 7 of Cups. It's the heaven in your eyes, your synchronicities, the options, which are dreams, which are real. They're not illusion. So those are those 3 cards. But let's see what comes up from the other 3 cards. The 4 of Water, the grounding and mastering, integrating, and recovering, and saving. Definitely saving money. I'm getting Oliver. More, please. Sir, more. I'm getting, there's a mermaid here. And like the 4 of Earth is like a little fairy. She's got kind of the reindeer antlers too. There's 2 4s surrounding the 5 of Earth reversed. So really grounding and integrating, saving, being really super stable and moderate in order to recover in a practical way. It could be finances, but it can just be in a practical way too, like if you've been sick, to really keep it moderate. Or if you did too much last night, it's like last night was one last bang and now it's time to buckle down and start saving. Alright, especially, or if you're going to, maybe a kid graduated and you're sending them somewhere in the world for a trip, so you might have spent a lot of money on their party and now you have to really buckle down and save. So they might have had that party last night and now it's time to recover from that, to just really be practical and save. But also grounding and integrating and mastering. It's like the master may be seeing that as a good time to really work on his mastering his abilities, his psychic abilities, and his grounding of his emotions, his thoughts, his actions, all of that kind of thing. Okay. 49, 19, 18, and 19, and 20. Make sure you drink your water. That's getting your wishes. Your wishes come true. 9 and 4, stability and compassion. All right, so save, be practical right now, and show your compassion. Okay, and drink your water, get your rest, have fun. It's summertime. Just do what you can to make yourself happy. Don't be afraid to do that, and don't starve. And rise and